On April 5th, 2007, I almost drowned out there. My boat sank, forcing me to have to swim. Luckily, someone came to my rescue.
My name's David Barr, Park Ranger with the Corps of Engineers at West Point Lake. What happened to Andrew could happen to anyone. It's important to learn how to swim and always wear a life jacket when boating. Your family will be glad you did.
Welcome to the West Point Lake Update. I'm Rocky Millenbine, Park Ranger for the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. We're here at Whitetail Ridge at West Point Lake, and we've got a great show lined up today. We have David Cassell with the U.S. Coast Guard Auxiliary and a special guest that I'm sure you'll all recognize. So stay tuned, we've got a great show.
We are the smallest and most quaint campground on West Point Lake. We have 58 campsites here. All of our campsites have water and electric. We have shower houses that are nice and clean. We have laundry services. We have the best view of West Point Lake anywhere on this lake. On 4th of July weekend, off of our shoreline, you can see the best view of the fireworks from anywhere on the lake. And we'd like to see everybody come here to Whitetail Ridge Campground and visit us.
We have a full beach here with bathhouses. We have over 70 picnic tables, approximately 40 have grills.
Have a boat ramp, 2 pavilions that you can rent, shelters for any use you want.
We also have tennis courts, basketball courts. It's just a beautiful place. So come on out and enjoy Earl Cook Day Use Area.
Welcome back to the West Point Lake Update. With me now, I have a representative from the U.S. Army Coast Guard Auxiliary, Mr. David Cassell. Dave, thank you for being on the show.
Great to be here.
Yeah, and David, with the Coast Guard Auxiliary, you guys do so much work here at West Point Lake. I mean, you guys are here basically year-round, helping promote safety. You're out on the water. I mean, there's just so many things to do. And, particularly on holiday weekends, you're going to be out here on Memorial Day weekend and 4th of July weekend doing kind of out on patrol, right? Doing safety patrols.
24 hours a day through the holiday. We will be here monitoring the marine radio channels, and we'll be doing safety patrols on the lake. Vessel inspections will also be done over the holiday. We do those all the time, though, weekends and throughout the year.
And you guys are actually staying here on the lake, so you're ready to go at a moment's notice, right?
Thanks to the Army Corps of Engineers who donated a campsite, we do camp out here and are available 24 hours a day.
Yeah, and I know you've got at least one boat on the water this weekend, right?
We do have one boat.
Okay.
I believe that's all we're going to have this weekend on West Point.
Yeah, but that's part of it. What do you do when you're out on your safety patrols on these big weekends?
Typically what we're looking for is sort of a combined safety patrol, environmental protection. We look for debris in the water that might be floating that could be dangerous to boaters or skiers or tubers or jet skis. We make sure we remove those from the main channels. And we're also constantly watching jet skis and boats, making sure that people are conducting themselves in a safe manner, that they haven't forgotten to put their life jacket on, that the children are wearing life jackets as required by law.
That's right.
So many people aren't aware of those regulations, and so we try to help people be safe. The perfect holiday weekend for us is when everybody goes home and nobody's injured, nobody's died.
Exactly, and you're just part of the safety team on the weekend, because I know the Corps of Engineers we're having a boat out there. DNR is going to has multiple boats on the water, so really it's a coordination really between everybody.
It definitely is. It's a team effort from all the different agencies who can come together and work towards the common cause, which is safety.
Yeah. And you mentioned something that I want to highlight is you monitor Channel 16.
Yes, we do monitor Channel 16.
Tell us about that.
Well, marine radios are optional on boats, but there are a lot of people who are monitoring Channel 16. The Coast Guard obviously monitors 16. The Army Corps and your vehicles. I understand that some of the law enforcement agencies are monitoring 16, and certainly the marinas and people who live on houseboats are monitoring 16. And a lot of times in places on the lake where there might be dead zones for a cell phone, or you may not know exactly where you are, people who are monitoring 16 can get help to you very quickly, often rendering assistance themselves in their own boats if you're in distress or if you broke down or injured or something.
Yeah, and so it's really good that people monitor 16. It's marine radios. That's a foreign word for some people.
It is.
But it is something to keep in mind when people are in trouble, because, like you said, cell phone coverage is not always there. But the marine radio, that's almost always coming in on West Point Lake. And so the patrols, you guys are out here. You do a great job with that. But that's not the only thing that you're out here. You're out here every single month doing boat safety classes.
We do.
Boat operators classes.
We do boat safety courses every month. We generally have classes at the resource office with the Army Corps of Engineers. Classes can be from 5 to 20.
Right.
And we enjoy those, and it's also a requirement if you're boating in Alabama to have that class so that you can get the endorsement on your driver's license to operate a boat. So it is required, but it's good, basic boating safety, boat operations, rules of the road, so that when you go out here you understand what is your right-of-way and what should you be doing when you're in your boat. How can you be safe and protect your family so that you can have a good, safe boating day.
Exactly. And also in the state of Georgia, it also works for children that need to get their boat operator's card so they can operate a boat before they turn 16.
This is correct.
Yeah, and that class is actually, it's a part of the Coast Guard. I guess the Coast Guard actually creates the curriculum for that.
Well, the curriculum we teach, yes, it is developed by the Coast Guard. PowerPoint, lots of stories from Coast Guard folks who have been there and seen it or done it, and a lot of sharing of information, very relaxed atmosphere.
Yeah, and also earlier you mentioned during your patrols that you do boat vessel checks for people. And I get people all the time that ask me, do I have all the correct safety equipment? And I'm always glad to help them out. But you guys not only do that as asked, but you have, what do you call them, the blitzes that you'll have vessel checks?
We do. In a boat safety or vessel safety check is a real simple process, and it's really designed to make sure that you have all of the required equipment that's required by law, and that you're boating in a safe manner. And it also reviews a lot of the optional equipment that will just make your boating even safer. If you pass it's a very simple inspection, and if you pass the inspection, you get a decal that you can put on your boat that shows that your boat passed the Coast Guard inspection. It's totally voluntary, whether you get it or not, but we're glad to perform those. We have people doing it almost every weekend, especially Highland Marina is a strong staging point for those vessel safety checks. But we'll arrange to do a vessel safety check for anyone, anywhere, and it is free, and it'll identify if you have some shortcomings on your boat that need to be fixed. It'll help you identify those so that you can get them addressed.
Correct, because that's what it's safety's what it's all about. We want people to come out here and have a wonderful time and stay safe.
Absolutely.
And if there's one thing that can keep somebody safe in the water, it's life jacket usage. And that's something that both agencies that we work with push very hard. It's so important for people to wear their life jackets. And I know you guys have great campaigns to get people to do that.
Well, in cooperation with you guys, at all these campgrounds, you have the loaner program, which is extremely helpful. We rarely go anywhere without them. I've got mine right here on the chair. We can't step foot near the water without one on. You've told me before there's a statistic out there that there was 103, I think, drownings on this lake.
Yeah, I think we're at 101, but still
101.
Too many.
And none of them were wearing life jackets, which just goes to prove the point that a life jacket will save your life.
Yeah, there's a statistic out there that says that 90% of drownings could be prevented by a life jacket. And,
Absolutely.
And when you're talking about over 100 drownings, if you could take away 90 of those, how great would that be?
Wouldn't it be?
Yeah. So, and that's why we push life jackets so hard. It's not because we want to bother people, be pests. It's because we want them to be safe.
We want them to be safe, but it is also the law. You need to have a life jacket on your boat for
That's
every
correct.
person that's on your boat. It needs to be easily accessible or readily accessible, which means it can't be wrapped into brand new plastic, stuck away in a cabinet somewhere. Excuse me. It has to be out where you can actually put your hands on it. And remember, your children have to have them on anytime they're underway
That's
on
correct.
a boat.
Yeah. And, you know, you're part of the Coast Guard Auxiliary, and I'm sure a lot of people are they don't really understand the difference between the Coast Guard and the Coast Guard Auxiliary. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Absolutely, be glad to. Congress formed the Coast Guard Auxiliary in 1939, and it is the citizen volunteer arm of the Coast Guard. The Coast Guard has about 30,000 members that are active duty military. They also have about 30,000 civilian volunteers called the Coast Guard Auxiliary. That's us. We're citizens between the age of 17, and there's no upper limit, who volunteer. We get training and are able to be a force multiplier for not only the Coast Guard, but we help you guys out here by it's giving you more manpower. There's more information online about the Coast Guard Auxiliary. Really easy website to remember is cgaux.org. And if anyone is interested in joining the Coast Guard Auxiliary, there's a place there. You can learn more about what the Coast Guard Auxiliary does and punch a button to get more information about joining.
Great. And you can always use more volunteers.
Always.
Yeah. You're in you're in a flotilla here. Where's your flotilla out of?
Well, the name of the flotilla it's Flotilla 81. That's our number. We're part of the 8th Coastal Region. Flotilla 81 is actually called the Columbus Flotilla.
Okay.
But really, most of our activities are centered around this lake, West Point Lake.
Sure.
The partnership between the Army Corps of Engineers and the Coast Guard Auxiliary has become so strong that it's very easy for us to work up here. But we have members from as far away as Atlanta and Montgomery. Our flotilla is one of the best flotillas in our coastal region, award-winning, if you will.
Yeah, you guys just did win an award last year, didn't you?
We've won some national awards. We've won local awards. And we're kind of proud of that. Our flotilla has grown very strong over the past few years. Of course, it's through the members' activities, doing the vessel safety checks, teaching the boater safety classes, going out on patrol. And all of these activities combined is what allows us to qualify for these awards. And we're very proud of the fact that our flotilla is a silver oar winner, which means we've met certain criteria.
Sure.
But again, our membership hails from all over, probably 60 or 70 miles away. And we'd love to have more people join us.
Yeah, it's a great experience, especially for those that really want to help out. And
Yes.
that's what you guys are there for. You're here to help out. And I'm sure you have a love of the water to begin with, so you're able
That
to
doesn't
kind of
hurt.
combine those things. But we just strongly encourage people to go ahead and get on that website. And if you think that this could be something for you, I mean, I'm sure can they come to a meeting and see what you guys are all about without joining?
We would love to have visitors. Certainly, there's tons of information on the website. I'll say that again, it's cgaux.org.
Okay.
An easy website to remember, an easy website to maneuver, but we meet on the third Saturday of every month, usually at the resource manager's office here in West Point on the lake, and would welcome visitors to come see what we do.
That's right. Yeah, and we really encourage people. If you want to make a difference, then the Coast Guard Auxiliary is something that you can be a part of and really help out. And again, David, thank you so much for being on the show.
Oh, it's my pleasure. We're going to be out here all weekend. It's an honor to be able to be represented.
Thank you for all the hard work you do, and we want to invite everybody to stay tuned because there's more show to come.
Welcome to Rocky Point Recreation Area. This is a day-use park. We have a variety of things to offer, such as a very large pavilion for accommodating up to 250 people. And we also have, adjoining that, a large swimming area and life jackets that can be used free of charge for the day to make sure that everybody is safe and sound. One of the most popular items in the parks are fishing pier. We have folks that are here 7 days a week trying their luck and having a great amount of success. But if you're in a boat, bring it along. We have 2 different ramps actually, accommodating people at the same time, and room to park your trailers for about 25. And we'd like to see you out here to join us in a variety of activities.
Welcome to Holiday Campground. We have roughly 162 sites in the campground. We have an ample supply of 30 amp and 50 amp sites, and we have an ample supply of primitive sites for the more hardy. We have 2 boat ramps. We have 2 group camping sites that have 5 camper and 5 primitive sites. It's good fishing around the lake. It takes about 13 miles to go around the campground, which means all the sites are well spaced out. Almost all of them are water accessible, and some of them are right on the water.
Welcome back to the West Point Lake Update. With us now, we have a very familiar face. Former host and current Chief Ranger, Mr. David Barr. Dave, thanks for being back on the show.
Thank you. Good to be here, Rocky.
Yeah, I know everyone's probably kind of doing a double take because you're very, very familiar with this show because you hosted it for several years.
Yes, that's right. And look a little older too. Since that time, I've become a supervisor and now supervise the recreation program here at West Point Lake. Supervise 5 park rangers, and we have a good host of volunteers that help us out too to get our program done. We have an excellent office staff of altogether 11 rangers with the natural resources side. So it's a great job. I love it. A lot of different challenges.
And if you leave a great gig like this, TV show, at least you're doing it for promotion in the supervisor's row.
I guess so.
Now, as you said, you're the Chief Ranger now, and that's got to be a lot different than when you were a ranger and hosting this show earlier.
Yeah, it sure is. It's kind of interesting supervising people now versus being kind of one of the workers. I'm still working, but I try to lead my team in the direction we need to go. But it kind of puts me behind the scenes. I'm more in the office, interfacing with the ranger staff, the public, the management. So it's a great job. I love it. Still occasionally get out, but I enjoyed the grunt work too, and nothing wrong with that. Being a park ranger here at a beautiful reservoir is a great job, and it's just nice to be up one more step up the ladder and still be able to get out and get my feet dirty.
That's right, and I'm sure it's been a long road from your beginnings with the Corps of Engineers now to this point, and give us a little bit of the background of that journey you've been through.
Sure. Well, the last college I attended, I was considered a non-traditional student. I was in my mid-20s. Kind of took my time wandering through college, but finally did at Western Illinois University, got a degree in recreation, park, and tourism. Provided an opportunity to work for the Corps of Engineers as a co-op student in Rock Island, Illinois, and I did that for 2 years. And then I got this job here at West Point in April of 1992. So I've been with the Corps now altogether over 20-some years, almost 22. And it's been very rewarding. I'm getting a little closer to retirement. It's coming faster than I expected, but that's all right. Still have another maybe 17 more years left to go. The way my retirement account's going, that'll be here and gone in no time. But it is great. What's interesting is where I came from in Illinois, I worked on a river project and getting to see all aspects of how the Corps manages the river system on the Mississippi and the Illinois River, and then coming down here to see a large reservoir project. And what's really unique about West Point Lake is, the Corps of Engineers has not been in the recreation business too long, when they were building this project, recreation is one of the project purposes in the mid to late 60s and early 70s, and is a test demonstration project. So they provided funding for a lot of facilities we have out here to see how that works with the public, and the public has certainly welcomed all these recreational facilities we have: basketball courts, tennis courts, baseball fields, playgrounds, nice picnic facilities, excellent campsites. So, we serve over 2.5 million visitors here at West Point Lake, and we're doing something right because our revenue every year from our user fees just grows and grows. Last year we almost reached $1 million
Okay, great.
in user fees here at the project. So it's exciting to be a part of this recreation program here, and we serve so many people and get a lot of compliments about our facilities here and the ranger staff that works out here. So it's been a long road to get here, but I'm really glad to be here at West Point, and hopefully I will retire out here one day.
There we go. And you just mentioned our facilities, and right now we're currently at Whitetail Ridge Campground.
That's right.
And you know, we're shooting the show on Memorial Day weekend, and it's been a huge build up to this point. You know, one of our biggest times of the year.
Oh, yes.
And as the Chief Ranger in Recreation, you know, you've had a lot to do with that, and it's turned out everything's working great for us. We've got beautiful weather. You know, we've got lots of campers, lots of day users. And
That's right.
what is part of that process? Tell us a little bit more about that process of just getting everything ready for such a huge weekend.
Sure. Well, I tell you, I think really getting ready for the recreation season, because to me, this holiday kicks off the recreation season. From here on out for the next 3 or 4 months, we're going to be really busy hosting a lot of people staying here in our parks. It really starts after the gates close from the previous season, you know, getting our facilities upgraded. We do a lot of that every year, and just trying to make things a lot safer. As you know, we had a lot of hazard dead trees we found that were hazardous, and this whole winter we have had to go and take down a lot of dead trees as a result of a lot of the drought that's going on. So, you know, we're always doing something in our parks even when they're closed. So we're getting things ready during the off season, and then as we lead up to this, of course, you know, we're having our staff ramp up what they're going to be doing here, and just, you know, get our park attendant contracts in order and everything that's needed for the year. And so here we are. It's great. All of our campgrounds are full right now. We have a really good contract with the local sheriff's department. They provide additional patrols for us here.
Absolutely.
We have a lot of excellent volunteers with the Coast Guard Auxiliary. We have private, you know, individual volunteers that are going to help us out promoting safety. And you know, safety is the #1 reason I think we're really out here, you know. Besides make sure our facilities are open and available is we want people to be safe when they come here to the lake. And just do everything we can to help promote safety.
Absolutely. And, you know, we've had this huge buildup, as you said, for Memorial Day, and it continues on because before you know it, 4th of July is going to be here.
Oh, yes.
And it's just one huge process. And like you said, 2.5 million people come here every year, and most of them in the summer months.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And they are out here day and night, as you know, fishing on the lake. Even, I mean, we have people that work all hours of the day and come out here and fish at night, camping. So it's a lot. Plus my ranger staff. We have an excellent ranger staff here at West Point. You included, Rocky. Work a variety of different hours, working late into the night. And, you know, that takes a toll on you after a while. And as you know, there's plenty of work to be done all the time. So, you know, there's always some office time. So, you know, this is our real busy time of the year. But, you know, I've learned over the years you just need to stop, take a break, and breathe in the fresh air and look at where you're at and put things into perspective. And I just hope that we can do that on the job, and that people will see some happy rangers out here ready to serve them.
Absolutely, because we're out here for them.
That's right,
you know?
that's right.
That's why the parks are here, that's why the campgrounds are here. But as you mentioned earlier, the biggest part of it is not just being out here for the people, but making sure they stay safe. And the Corps of Engineers has just a continuing commitment towards safety.
That's right.
And I know you're a big part of that, you know, here at West Point Lake.
That's right. This TV program is one avenue we've used to help promote safety and get the word out to the public about ways they can be safe, whether it's boating, swimming. You know, we use volunteers a lot at some of our heavily used parks, handing out literature. Park rangers, you know, we're trained to get out and talk with people and try to correct situations that are unsafe, you know, things to look for. We rely on the local sheriff's department, our DNR rangers. They're out here all hours, day and night. And they have a smaller crew staff than we do, and our hats off to them. The Coast Guard Auxiliary is really great. They do a lot, just hundreds of hours every month out here, checking our buoys and doing patrols out there on the lake, and do a lot of interfacing with people, checking their boats, making sure they're safe, you know, to go out on the water. So it's a full-time job this time of the year. But you know, if we can wrap up the season without any fatalities or major accidents, you know, I feel like we've done a pretty good job.
Yeah, and really, you know, park rangers, we're out here and we try to do what we can, but we can't be everywhere at once. So we can't always be at every situation if somebody's in trouble. But what we can do is kind of get the word of safety out there. As you said, through this TV show, through our volunteers, through park rangers, and you know, we go into schools as park rangers
we
oftentimes.
do a lot of programs.
And you know, it's great because if we can teach the safety message at a young age, how to wear a life jacket, to make sure that, you know, you are wearing your life jacket, but not just you as a child, but make sure your mom and dad's wearing your life jacket, grandma and grandpa, make sure it fits correctly. All these things, if we can teach someone that, that's always what I say. That's how I feel like maybe I am saving lives, because I'm able to prevent someone who could get in trouble from that happening because I've taught them how to be safe on the water.
Sure, and I've heard many accounts where children have actually taken action during an emergency situation just from a program they've learned. So children can teach parents a lot, you know. Altogether, we've talked to over 9,000 people this year alone about safety. And so, and that's really good. But yeah, Rocky, I think you nailed it right on the head. Life jacket. Life jacket is the thing you can do to keep yourself safe. I mean, it's just like putting on a seatbelt when you get into a car. It ought to be automatic, you know, even if you're a good swimmer. I have been to a lot of boating accidents and fatalities, and most of the time life jackets weren't even worn or within close reach. And so you just never know when something's going to happen. Always good to wear a life jacket.
Absolutely, Dave, absolutely.
That's right.
And we always encourage people, you know, we tell people life jackets float, you don't. So
That's right.
have that life jacket on, because it just might save your life.
That's right.
Well, Dave, thank you so much for making your return to the West Point Lake
That's great.
Update.
Thank you for having me on here. It's great. Enjoyed doing it. Hopefully I'll be on some other shows too.
Absolutely.
We've got some good ideas for future programming, and I certainly do thank LaGrange Television here for doing this whole program and this weekend. I know these guys worked really hard and took a lot of time to prepare the stage and cameras. We appreciate their support and getting our word out.
Absolutely. And we want to invite everybody to stay tuned, because we've got more to come.
We have a great facility here. We have numerous tables and grills for you to spend a good day out here. And we have a great beach out there. It's a nice, wide, sandy beach, and also a pavilion where you can rent to have family reunions or weddings and so forth. We also have 2 boat ramps across the way. So come out, enjoy yourself. You'll have your family out here for great fun.
Welcome back. I'd like to thank you all for joining us today, and I'd also like to thank our guests, David Cassell with the U.S. Coast Guard Auxiliary and David Barr with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. Our campgrounds and day uses are all open, and we invite you to come out. But of course, always stay safe, and when you're around the water, always wear your life jacket. Until next time, take care.